Freestyle.
Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Mikai.
This is Mikai.
If you don't know who she is, I'm going to leave her channel description in the description. Wow, the channel URL in the description.
Who even says URL?
I do. The link. Okay, I'm gonna leave her channel link.
The channel URL. Sorry, auntie.
In the description box, so you can check out her channel. Her channel is literally everything, and it's the reason why we're friends. Like,
oh, babe.
The way she is on her channel.
Nice.
No, because seriously, the way you are on your channel is the way you are in your life.
But.
That's why we vibes. You see, this is a real vibe.
I
know my hands are dry. So today we're literally just going to have like a general chat about uni and like the toll it has on our minds as black women, I would say, even just as young people.
Yeah.
But I guess we can only speak about our experiences as black women.
That's true.
Because obviously university systems, they're not exactly designed for us. Yeah, let's just keep it very
real.
Yeah, let's keep it real. So if you're interested in seeing or hearing about our experiences, then have a seat and we'll get into it.
Take a cup of tea,
Ribena, hot chocolates, any of that. Just have a seat and yeah, we'll get into it.
So as Kike said, my name is Mikai. I'm an English student. I study at the University of Warwick. I run a charity for Caribbean students. I have a channel obviously and a website and a hair business, and I do lots of different things to kind of occupy my time. I started university in October 2015, and I think I had a lot of expectation about going to uni, and like it's gonna be so fun. You're gonna have freedom from your parents, and you're gonna be able to do what you want, wake up when you want, and do something that you actually like studying. And then there was this whole myth about it being easier than A-levels. So I was really looking forward to it, and then I'll never forget this. My uni doesn't do Freshers Week, so
They don't.
girl, you go and your lectures start the same week. I moved in on Sunday the 3rd of October, and I had a lecture on Monday the 4th of October. So I moved in, my life was still very like, oh my god, I'm at uni. I went to my lecture at 5 PM on Monday, and when I sat down, when the man finished saying, alright guys, I need you guys to do 1,000 words on this, you need to log on to Moodle and then submit this piece, and I want you to read 3 books on this, and next week I'm going to ask you for this. Huh?
It was too sudden.
You what? And I called my mum after I left that lecture, and I was in tears. I said, Mum, I can't do this, I have to come home. I knew from the get-go, and I feel like no one prepares you for what uni actually is, and no one says to you, okay, you're gonna have a shitload of work. You have like so much work to do all the time. You're by yourself in a surrounding where you're not familiar with. You're around people that you don't know, and you're in this little ensuite room, if you even get one, and you're by yourself, and you're sitting around all these books, and it's like, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? Like, is this what this is amounted to? So that's kind of what uni was for me in first year. First year was a lot of like learning how to cope, and I don't think that uni specifically facilitates that for any student, regardless of if you're black or white. But the problem comes when you're an ethnic minority and you see that there are less faces. Obviously Warwick is a good uni, it's top 10, and the higher you go, the less you see black students. So I was in a space where like there was no one like me. There was no one from East London, there was no one that went to state school. Everyone was from private school, boarding school. Their parents knew this person that worked here, that worked there. One girl said to me the other day, her dad called someone and now she's got a summer internship at a bank in Switzerland. Like, that doesn't work for me, because that's not how I grew up. Yeah, that's not where we came from. So you're in a space where people genuinely can't relate with people, and then you're in seminars where they say ignorant things about black people, and it's up to you. It's up to you to decide how are you going to deal with that, because now you can't turn and say to someone like, what do I do? There's no one there to facilitate. Yeah, there's no one there to do that for you. Like you, bro.
Well, for me, I think my struggle when I got to university mainly was like not trying to get caught up in a lot of things that obviously go on at university. So aside from like the educational adjustments that I had to make from going from A levels to degree level, I think the main problem I had was making sure that I didn't get lost in the whirlwind of everyone just doing their hoopla, because I knew the kind of person I was, and I knew that when I get to uni I don't want to indulge in certain things, and I didn't want to morph into that kind of girl. So there was a lot of like internal struggles with myself, of trying to fit in and make friends whilst also being true to myself, and it's something I still struggle with right now. So making friends hasn't never been a strong point for me whilst being at uni, because everyone tells you, listen, you're gonna go to uni and you're gonna find your lifelong friends, you're gonna find your maid of honor there, you're gonna find your husband there, you're gonna find all these lovely people there. And obviously I went there with such high expectations that, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I've come with one friend from college, but I'm gonna make a shitload of friends and it's gonna be great, we're gonna go to all the parties together. And then you get there and it's not that.
That ain't it.
That ain't it. Trying to preserve who you are as a person, but then you want to fit in. But in order to fit in, you have to compromise yourself.
Yeah.
So you're there like thinking about, okay, I don't want to do this because it's not me, but I don't want to be lonely either. So that was like my main struggle, still my struggle right now as well. And it obviously plays on your mind. I was fortunate to not go to a uni that's so far away. My university is like an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. So if I'm feeling that type of way, I'm gonna get in the car and come back to London. But I can imagine like being in Warwick or being at a uni that's a bit more up north. And if you're going through that and you obviously don't have friends because you've told yourself you're not going to compromise on certain things, like who do you then have? You become very lonely at that point. And obviously there's not many
people like you.
There's not many services to facilitate how you feel. You obviously go and see someone and talk to them about their issues, but the problem becomes simplified. Why don't you just make friends? But it's obviously
not that simple. Yeah, I think in first year I basically self-diagnosed myself in first year, right? Because I thought, why am I feeling like this? And I remember coming home from uni during like Easter break, and I just felt really, really sad and really down. And then I said, wow, like, what is this? This feels like I'm depressed or something. But I didn't go to counselling. So at the end of the year, I kind of thought to myself, if I just say sorry to all the people that don't like me, then I'm going to be fine. So let me just apologise and say, guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't mean to be this. Because the thing with me was that I found that the black community at my university was really, everyone wants to know everyone's business and everyone kind of talks about each other, but when they see each other they'll be smiling, and that's not really my thing. Like, if you don't want to be my friend, then that's cool. Like, I've never been someone that has 50 friends around me, but when I told them, like, yo, like, if you don't mess with me then it's fine, you don't have to be my friend, I don't have to be your friend, that's cool. You know, like the interlude on one of SZA's songs when the grandma is saying, you know, you don't have to talk about me and I don't have to talk about you.
Oh, gardens.
Yes, exactly. Like, but these lot don't understand that. So when I'm saying that, they're thinking, why is she so rude, she's a bitch, she's this. So I was facing a lot of that, and people telling me that the way you are is wrong, but my friends at home don't think so. So why is it that I'm here now and this is wrong? So I went home and I thought, oh, like, wow, like, let me just say sorry to everyone. So I went into second year, like, thinking like, yeah, this is gonna be fine. My mum moved to Qatar. My mum and my brother moved to Qatar in August 2016, so the month before I moved back to uni. So I didn't prepare myself adequately for them leaving, first of all, and I didn't come to terms with them leaving until I was in uni in week 3 probably, because up until that point it was just like, oh, it's fine, I'm gonna see her soon, it'll be okay. So I went back to uni, and the people I was saying sorry to, it didn't really work because I was still the same. It's just that I had an empty apology to give them. And then I didn't see my mum from August till December, so I went about 4 or 5 months without seeing my mum and my brother. And in first year I went home every weekend. So from doing that to not going home at all, and to being stuck in somewhere that wasn't a safe space for me, I feel like that's when I felt like my mental health was depleting. But I did not go to counselling until January, and this was because I just didn't want to admit that I wasn't okay. So this whole time I was like not eating, not sleeping, not showering regularly, not going into uni, staying in bed for like 3 days on end and just not doing anything. I wasn't telling anyone that this is what I'm going through. I wasn't telling my friends at home. They just wouldn't hear from me. They'll be messaging me, I wouldn't reply to them. I didn't tell my mum because I didn't want her to feel guilty that she had left the country and that I couldn't do it and she couldn't do anything about it. I didn't tell my dad, I didn't tell anyone. And it was, I don't know why, I don't know what made me say, let me just go to counselling and just see like if I can actually start going to uni, because my attendance for one module, I went to 2 sessions out of the entire year. That shows you how much I disengaged from actually studying. And when I went to counselling, she was just like to me, well, I think you've just isolated yourself and you just need to start talking to people. And I was just like, nobody likes me, how do I talk to them if they don't like me? Like, these people legit give me anxiety. Like, I would go to a social, I was a member of a society, I went to a function and that we held, and I couldn't stay because I couldn't breathe, and I started crying, and I said, why are these people making me feel like I cannot breathe in my own university? And to feel such bad anxiety around people was when I thought, okay, like this is not normal, so you're gonna have to keep on going to counselling or something. So I had to go through a different one, and now this whole thing took me about like 6 weeks. Like something like 6 or 7 weeks. So in that whole period, anything could have happened, because my issue again with uni is that the mental health support system is just not there. Like it's really underdeveloped for the amount of students that they have, first of all. So you'll be on waiting list, this waiting list, that waiting list, and then when you finally get someone and you feel like, I had an Asian woman, to be honest, at least she's an ethnic minority, cool, but we're not gonna sit here and lie and say that black and Asian causes are the same and black and Asian communities have the same struggle, because it's not.
The same thing,
so this woman is sitting here saying to me, oh, so do you feel a bit sad that your mom's gone away? Like, she was just being so patronizing.
All these things like diagnosis, prognosis, how, you know, all these professionals basically get to look at us as from a white lens. Like, it's white men that get to write, okay, these kinds of symptoms will give you this, or these kind of behaviors will give you this, when it's not really, it's not uniform for everyone. And it's definitely not uniform if you live in the West, and if you live, you know, if you're of
Afro-Caribbean.
Thank you. Thank you. It's not the same. So I feel like they don't take these things into account. So therefore, in order to treat me based off your whitewashed diagnosis, like, it's not accurate. It doesn't work for me. Just because I'm having issues here, I would have to. You would have to take into account like my area.
Yeah, your upbringing, where you went to school.
You have to take all of these things into account, because ultimately these things can obviously affect how I'm feeling right now. And obviously it's kind of sad that these services that they provide for us, obviously they don't take these things into account.
If you feel like you're going through something, or if you feel like you're by yourself, I feel like the most important thing that you can do is to remember that you're not alone, first of all, and to please seek help. So yeah, please don't be me and sit at home for 3 months and starve yourself, because it's not healthy. And when you get to the end of the year and you realize, like, why did I torture myself on account of other people? And when you have these emotions, it's not because of you, it's because of the way your surroundings are affecting you. And I wasn't able to understand that until I finished the year and realized, like, I don't have anxiety when I'm at home. Like, I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm happy, I'm laughing, I'm living my life.
I'm good.
But like, even last night, thinking of going back to uni was making me fearful. Like, I want to vomit. So if you know your environment is gonna be harmful to you in any way, I would actually really insist that, you know, if you're right, even reconsider going, because I feel like people put pressure
so much
on people, like uni is the only way to success. It isn't.
If you really want to go to uni, you don't have to be
It doesn't have to be now.
Yeah.
Uni. My dad always says uni's not going anywhere.
It doesn't have to.
Don't feel like you need to go now because all your age mates are going, and so that it might not be your time.
And there's other options for like, for example, like I said, my university is an hour and 20 minutes away. My anxiety and my like no moods basically came from the fact that I was in a house where me and the housemates, we were just clashing, like this kind of clashing. So obviously it just wasn't doing well for my mind. If like I had known that would have been the case, I would have commuted from home. Therefore I would have been getting my education in. I would have been in an environment that was conducive and helpful for me, rather than being in such a poisonous environment.
Exactly. Even applying for unis in London instead. If you know you won't feel comfortable, don't feel like you need to be in the Midlands to be having fun. I've been to one uni rave in the 2 years I've been at uni, and
I've
it was
never
shit.
been to the Midlands. I've never been.
Don't come. There's nothing there anyway. It's always colder than London as well. So, but yeah, like don't feel like you need to be in the Midlands just to be a part of the hype.
That's a very good point you're actually making, because my sister's actually in sixth form and she tells me a lot of the time that a lot of people are actually applying to go to Midlands because of the big clash. Or the Midlands YouTubers make it seem
and this place and that place and YOLO Monday and like.
And it's not that. Obviously.
If you really want to go, visit your friend there and then come back. Uni is literally 1% parties and 99% I've got so much work to do.
That's what they don't tell you. And the people that are partying 99% are studying 1%.
I'm sure they're getting thirds. Not even 2-2, they're getting 3. And I know you don't want that for yourself. So don't do it.
Don't do it at all. So yeah, like it's just important to make sure that you have like your own form of support system. And obviously she's not going to promote herself, but I'm just going to let you guys know she has a documentary that's actually coming out on mental health. Pray and it will go away. Like you guys,
that's what all the AF parents tell you to do.
Pray and it will be fine.
Innit? God will take away all the demons for you, etc.
I feel like you need to do both. You need a little bit of treatment. And you need some God. Like, I feel like God's giving you these people around you to obviously help. And even though I feel like the services are whitewashed, they do help alleviate some of the struggles that you have there. Things like CBT help. And there are, like I said, just other things you can do. I started journaling as well, which obviously like trying to help me with some of the struggles I was going through. And as much as I didn't choose to be alone, I then began to enjoy my company a lot more. So I was able to obviously think and process a lot of things, and it's kind of like helped me open my eyes a lot more to the people that obviously are around me and how cautious I should be to letting other people's energy affect mine as well. Like, don't just be strong for being strong's sake. Like, it's okay.
Because it's okay to, we do need that sometimes.
I hope they're taking that advice.
Bye guys. I'll put the details about how. I mean, on my channel, I'll come to my channel after to watch us being idiots, because this was a serious video. And I will leave like the info about my mental health project under my channel as well. So that's all. If you know anyone that would like to get involved, like you can message Kike, she'll forward you to me, or message me vice versa. And that's all. I nearly said thank you for watching, but it's not my channel.
Well, thank you for watching, and I really hope that this video obviously helped you and it's obviously opened your mind up to some of the things that can definitely go on at university. So if you obviously liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you go check out her channel and the videos that we have on her channel as well, and make sure you subscribe. For those of you that keep watching and don't be subscribing, like, you might as well subscribe.
Press the button wherever it is.
Press that button, whatever side it's on. Press that button, and I guess I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye.